na nagsalita na si President, di ba hindi makakatulong sa bansa natin itong usaping impeachment? So hopefully, sana hindi pa din tuloy ngayon. No? Kailan yung itutuloy?
Wala akong natanggap na text eh. No.
From his statement, it's actually a plea. No, it's advice. He's not really trying to tell the legislature what to do.
Siyempre, pakikinggan din naman natin yung naman yung ifa-file nila. But as of today, again, 11:07, wala pa. Wala pa akong alam personally.
Ayun na nga ho mga kababayan, dito sa video na to, pag-uusapan ho natin ang pinaka-latest na press con ng mga young guns dyan sa House of Representatives. Itong si Congressman Pami Zamora, pasimple pa eh. Patay mali siya pa ho sila, kaya wala pa daw ho silang naririnigang magpapile ng impeachment complaint ngayong araw na to, laban dito kay Vice President Sara Duterte. At ito naman ho mga kababayan, itong si Senator Robin Padilla, tandaan ho natin hindi ho madalas nagsasalita sa social media yan. Pero pagka yan nag-post sa kanyang mga social media accounts, ibang usapan na ho yan. Ibibigyan ho natin ng reaksyon yung post na yan kaugnay doon sa mga punto de vista nitong si Senator Nancy Binay diyan sa mga napapabalitang impeachment para dito kay Vice President Sara Duterte. Pero bago lahat ng yan mga kababayan, alam nyo naman, kaligayahan natin dito sa PH Update, pinapabilis ho natin yung pag-ikot ng mga numero na yan na nasa inyong harapan. Mga kababayan, isang like at isang subscribe lang ho at pindutin nyo na rin yung bell notification bell para kayo ho ang pinakaunang makakita sa ating mga reaction video. Wala ho tayong maraming pag-uusapan dito sa video na to. Naku po, mga Bayan Black, ano mga pinagagawa nyo na yan? Mark, yan na nga ba sinasabi ko, nakipag-connive kayo sa mga traidor? Itong problema dito mga kababayan, akala ko kasi nitong administrasyon na to, pag nakipagsapakat sila dito sa mga sympathizer ng mga makakaliwa na to, ma-advance nila yung kanilang mga political agenda. Ngayon mga kababayan, itong mga individual na to, itong si Castro, yan si Brosas, at itong si Boy TikTok, kinakagat na ho ang administrasyon. Ano ba ang sabi ng Makabayan Black noong November 29? The President public pronouncement against impeachment proceedings represent undue executive interference in legislative affairs. Yan na nga ba sinasabi natin. Binigyan nyo na sungay at buntot, ngayon kayo kinakagat na rin. Di ba? Nakipagsapakat etong si Tambaluslos, di umano nakipagsapakat siya dito sa mga individual na to para siraan etong si Vice President Sara Duterte. Ngayon, maging yung mga nag-utos sa kanila noong mga panahon na yun, hindi na rin ho nila pinapakinggan. Sige lang. Ano bang gustong mangyari ng mga sympathizer ng mga makakaliwa na yan? Anong gusto nila? Mag-away-away ang gobyerno. Magkaroon ng kaguluhan sa loob ng pamahalaan at doon sila papasok sa eksena. Kaya yung paggamit ho nila dyan sa mga bayan na yan, napakalaking problema niyan. Congress as an co-equal branch of government must maintain its independence and exercise its constitutional mandate without pressure from Malacanang. Hindi nyo ba alam kayo dyan sa Makabayan Black? Matagal na kayong lahat ng ginagawa nyo dyan, lahat ng investigasyon, galing lahat sa Malacanang yan. Anong interference, ha? Anong mandate? Ang mandate nyo, sundin nyo ang kagustuhan ni Tambaluslos at ni Marcos Jr. Ang tatandaan nyo na, nagsitandaan na lang kayo dyan sa House of Representatives, mapanggang sa ngayon. Ano mandate? Without pressure from Malacanang. Yan bang ginagawa nyo kay dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte, dito kay VP Sara? Sa tingin nyo ba, kung walang kumpas ng Malacanang, mangyayari ang lahat ng yan? Naku po. Ito na ho mga kababayan, Senator Bato de la Rosa. Ito ho ang pahayag nitong si Senator Nancy Binay. Natawa lang ho tayo pero merong hugot Meron ho tayong napansin dito sa hugot nitong si Senator Nancy Binay. The mere fact na nagsalita na si President, di ba hindi makakatulong sa bansa natin itong usaping impeachment? So hopefully, sana hindi pa din tuloy ngayon. Kailan yung itutuloy? Meron ka bang alam, madam? Ba't hindi pa tuloy ngayon? Next year? Pagka nagkapalitan na ng nagtapos ng eleksyon para tuloy-tuloy. Ngayon kasi ang daming kaguluhan Merong nag-break sila nag-recess sila nung November. Ngayon meron na namang Christmas break. 11 lang ho ata yung session nila ngayon tapos magbe-break na naman kaya wala ho talagang oras. Hindi bagay sa akin yung robe. Baka may magpuna sa akin bigla, di ba? Wala madam. Kayo naman. Alam nyo, ang mga ganyang kayo mangging kaligatan, higa ka nitong si Ma'am Sasugando Sason. Tayo ho'y nagagandahan sa mga yan. Di ba? Yan ang kulay. Tignan nyo naman tayo mga kababayan, di ba? Kayo manggi. Senator Nancy, wag kang mabahala kung sakaling suot mo yung kulay maroon na robe. Kasi magiging ano yan, magiging mga hukom. Sila ho yung magsisilbing hukom. Pagka napunta na sa Senado, yung impeachment complaint laban kay VP Sara. Sila ho yung magsusuot ng kulay maroon na robe nung kagaya kay Renato Corona. Ano pa ho tayo nun? No? Binatilyo pa tayo nung na-impeach itong si Corona. Pero babad na ho tayo sa politika nung mga panahon na yon, nung kay dating Chief Justice Renato Corona. Panahon ni Pinoy, medyo babad na tayo sa politika. Pero hindi pa ho tayo gumagawa ng reaction video. Napanood ho natin umpisa hanggang sa huling bahagi ng ng impeachment laban dito kay dating Chief Justice Renato Corona. Sumalangit nawa, no? Ngayon ho, absuelto ho siya sa lahat ng anak ng toko. Kaya yung impeachment na yun, ako gusto ko, ituloy nila Para pagkalinatang nitong si VP Sara yung mga ebidensya niya, on the record, di ka nga. Di ba? Yung pag binalikan, nandyan lang yan. Huwag kang mag-alala, Senator Nancy Binay, kung sakaling gawin kang ala Poong Nazareno pagka sinuot mo yung kulay maroon na robe, okay lang yun, di ba? May last mo na rin naman yan, di ba? Magmi-mayor ka dyan sa ano. Para kahit pa paano, di ba? Nancy Binay, nagsuot ng robe, nagmukhang Nazareno. Ayun na nga mga kababayan, puro kalokohan talaga to si PH. Punta na ho tayo dito kay Congressman Pami Zamora. Pakinggan ho natin ang kanilang mga pagbubulag-bulagan, pagmamaang-maangan, pagbibingi-bingian na wala pa silang naririnigan o nakikitang galaw para sa impeachment dito kay Vice President Sara Duterte. Abang lang ho tayo, pakinggan ho muna natin ito. Game?
Wala pa akong naririnig, wala pa akong, hindi naman namin pwedeng basta na lang upuan. So, tingnan na lang natin kung syempre pakikinggan din naman natin yung ifa-file nila. But as of today, again, 11:07, wala pa akong alam. Personally, I think sila din wala.
We listen and we respect the opinion of the President. Of course, he's coming from a different place po, no, as the executive. But we have to take note, the executive branch is different from the legislative branch. And we know naman from his statement, it's actually a plea. No, it's advice. He's not really trying to tell the legislative what to do. But given that we are the legislative and this is a constitutional mandate po, no, nasa constitution natin yung process of impeachment, I think we are duty-bound to not really entertain but to hear out if there are any impeachment complaints filed. Although, tama po si Congresswoman Zamora, we have yet to hear of any impeachment complaint, but should it be filed, we have to give it due process in the sense that we'll hear it out, check the merits. But of course, given what the President of the Constitution, as part of the
Kung ang pinag-uusapan natin yung merito ng isasampang impeachment laban dito kay VP Sara, hindi pa ba sapat yung mga ebidensyang na kalap nyo dyan sa Committee on Bad Government? Ito talagang si Roy Gutierrez. Oo. Game.
President Marcos said that message. Hindi ibig sabihin no, na mag-slow down yung House of Representatives with its investigation on the Vice President as well as the past administration doon sa mga Quadcom hearings.
I think just to answer po, no, we have to make a distinction. Our Quadcom hearings and the good government hearings are not in any way related to impeachment. Although there are people who would have that opinion na yung lumalabas dito sa mga hearings ito would be a ground, that would be a separate thing. We have our different agenda for the different committees.
Pag-usapan muna natin yung mga di umanong contractor, yung mga magulang nila, yung mga congressman, yung mga magulang nila, yung mga congressman na to, yung mga magulang daw ho nila ay contractor. Yun muna pag-usapan natin, Congressman Roy Gutierrez, na nabaka na rin sir ha. Okay ka na yan.
And we are still pursuing in fact the functions of the committee. Separate naman po yun. But if, however, some people would find basis to file any complaint based on what they found there, then that's something that would be a separate procedure altogether po. No?
In addition to that, I think what we're doing at the Quadcom is really to strengthen standards, how we can account public funds that are being spent, no? According to joint circular, kasi ngayon we're talking about the joint circular memorandum. So we're looking at that and to pass legislations. This is entirely in aid of legislation. So tama nga yung sinabi ni Kong Rog, this has nothing to do with a possible impeachment complaint, no? So kailangan ma-separate. We have to, the term is compartmentalize the issue.
Oh, yun. Ang ano dito, abangan natin yung mga ilalatag na grounds para sa impeachment nitong si Bibi Sara. Hindi daw pakay ng Committee on Bad Government yung impeachment ni Bibi Sara. Pagkaya ang mga ebidensya, yung mga grounds na ilinatag nag-emanate doon sa inyong anak na to ka, emanate ka na naman. Naggaling doon sa inyong pinag-usapan diyan sa Committee on Bad Government. Aba, ibang usapan na ho yan, ika nga.
Lang po yung questions ko from my end. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dwight. Before we call the next reporter to ask question, I would like to acknowledge the presence of Assistant Majority Leader J. Kung Sambala. Sir, thank you for joining us today. If you want, you can also join the table. Sam John Chona from Billionaire TV, you're recognized.
Good morning, sirs and ma'am.
Music ako.
Na-mention ni Sec Jen na we may not have enough time kasi sabi niya, the thoughts on that, sir. So, pwede bang tanggapin? Paano po ba? Pwedeng tanggapin and then maybe next year na?
Here, this would be our first to entertain that. But if that is his opinion, then I think that should be, it has some weight
Na
naman.
lang. Pwedeng next year na lang po.
Well, I think the Secretary General is speaking on the practicality of time. He wasn't really saying about the acceptance or receiving any complaint. So, kung 10 days siya, if that's according to the rules, how many days are left before we call for a break? No? 10 days. 9 session days. So I guess the Secretary General
Pasko
is...
na sa kanila. Saan kaya papasyal itong mga walang yang to? Pasko na naman, Brad! Magkano kaya yung mga bonus nito kay Tambaluslos?
well informed about the rules. So probably,
Thank you. Bibian Gulia from ABS-CBN.
How are you taking the president's message, yung kanyang text message? Is it an order, a suggestion, and will you give it weight when you are faced with an impeachment?
Wala akong natanggap na text eh.
But may confirmation, may message sa House leaders.
No,
Ito talagang si Pami siya. Nakakatakot si Pami na. Ang ganda ng relo ni Pami. Oh, grabe naman yan. Madam! Grabe no, parang mangangain ng tao. Hoy, Pami online. Joke lang ngayon.
of course, we're going to put weight. Bibigyan namin naman ng
Sila ho yung mga magkakajaming, Yan yung mga magkakajaming sa pantry, sa mga buffet. Yang si Jude Asidre, yang si Rog Gutierrez, yang si Pami Zamora. Sila yan, Anong ulam doon? Anong ulam?
kukonsidera namin yung
Yun na naman
message
sa katawan,
niya.
di ba?
Una sa lahat, again, 11-12 na, wala pa rin kaming, wala talaga. Sa totoo lang. And kayo naman, nandito kayo araw-araw. Wala pa rin, malalaman nyo yan kung meron na. Pero wala pa kaming natatanggap. So, wala. I mean, yes, ginagalang namin and binibigyan naming respeto and syempre,
Pero ang kagandaan naman po with the government now, it's very open lines of communication. We've experienced that po kami sa legislative, although our functions may not be executive. When we have comments, opinions, they're always open. The secretaries, the president, and all the way down the line, they're very open po for communicating with us. And I think that's what's happening now the same way. I wouldn't call it a suggestion. Perhaps it's an advice, given his wisdom of what he sees in the situation. So, po. But I really don't think that is an order po, no? Because that's a different jurisdiction naman ng powers natin. Thank you.
well, in addition to that, tama, re-echo yung statement po ng mga kasamahan ko dito. Of course, we would respect the position of the President and we value his guidance, no? Pero sabi nga, hindi yun directive, no? It's an appeal actually, if you look at it. If it's an appeal. So that speaks about, again, the character of the President respecting the independence of the legislative. Because if it's possible, not to entertain, possibly, no, not to entertain. Actually, the statement of the President was respecting the independence of a co-equal branch.
Pero hindi ganun ang nakikita ng inyong mga kasama diyan, no? Hindi nakikita diyan. Hindi ganun ang basa nitong Makabayan Black. Undue executive interference in legislative affairs. Naku po, iba yung interpretation nyo doon sa text message na ilinabas ni Kato Nying, panghugas kamay nitong si Marcos Jr., iba naman dyan sa Makabayan Black. Usap-usap kayo, Brad. Usap-usap.
Thank you.
Second question.
Okay, go ahead, Bibian.
You did mention na parang patuloy pa rin, tama ba, yung mga investigasyon ng Quadcom? I mean, separate yung investigations ng Quadcom and ng good government on the OVP confidential funds. But sa schedule this week, parang wala pa po ako nakitang schedule ng hearing this week, whereas in the past, parang every week may hearing.
Well, it also depends kasi on the availability of our source persons eh.
Hindi yon, Brad. Anong availability ng mga witness? Hindi yon. Minsan nga, kahit kayo lang nag-uusap sa mga hearing, okay lang sa inyo eh. Huwag mo kami paandaran na availability ng mga resource person. Ang sabihin nyo, kailangan nyo pa rin sumunod kahit papano doon sa amo nyo dyan sa Malacanang. Yun.
So once we schedule the Quadcom, once we schedule the next committee persons, kasi of course, kailangan mong pag magkukwad ka, maghihiring ka, kailangan lahat ng tatanungin mong tanong at yung dapat na tanungin tao ay nandoon. So, yung scheduling naman is, I guess, wala pa, it's not official, but we're looking at possibly this within the week. No? Magkakaroon po ng continuation of the hearing ng Quad.
Yung? Naku, matindi yan. Matindi ho yan, no? As much as possible, ayaw na ho nating patalakayin yan. Ayaw na nating gawa ng reaction video. Yan ho kasi gusto nilang mangyari, mapag-usapan yung mga kabalbalan nila dyan sa House of Representatives. Pero kung meron naman ho talagang interesting na magkakaroon ng matinutinong batuan dyan sa mga susunod na hearing, baka gawin pa rin ho natin ng reaction video.
Just to add lang po siguro, dahil lang po wala sa schedule doesn't mean hindi po tuloy. Like we mentioned, I think we're of the opinion, what we understand from what's happening sa Congress is that tuloy pa rin naman po yung ating mga hearings. It's just that as of now, although wala siya sa schedule, we have to take note under our rules, we have 3-day notice. So it could still happen. We have hearings from Mondays to Friday. So it could still be like either today or tomorrow you might receive the notice. But in addition to that, just what we've heard, I think one thing to also consider, although it's not a slowing down, it's Christmas season, mahirap na rin po, all of our congressmen also have to be in the district, they have to be in, hindi po tuloy.
25.
Morning po. Sir, regarding dun sa issue ng time constraint natin, kasi 9 session days na lang, tapos according to SecGen, 10 days kung sakaling mag-file yung to act on the impeachment complaint. All in all, sabi niya, doon sa proseso yon 130 days. So, papasok na tayo by February ng election session. Pero, based on our observation on the previous impeachment, like for example, the impeachment case of former President Joseph Estrada, may isang mode na pwedeng i-shortcut siya. Now, what you need only is to get the 1/3 signature of the member of the House of Representatives in order to para mabuo yung tinatawag na article of impeachment. May we know kung sa leadership, sa majority, aside from the statement coming from the President, sa agenda ba ng majority using the shortcut method?
Well, yung sa kay former president naman, that's a direct action taken by the House previously. So, ito kasi sinasabi nga namin, there's no advice. We don't actually discuss about impeachment, no. Parati ho.
Ito talagang si Adjong, patay mali siya pa eh. Yung kumbaga sa babae, pa-virgin effect pa eh. Wala daw advice. Galing na mismo sa mga kasama nyo dyan, noong 2023 pa, pinag-uusapan na yung impeachment. Huwag kayo
Namin sinasabi to, there's no official or there's no formal discussion or talks among the leadership, and even sa amin po, about a possible filing of the impeachment. Actually, ang naririnig po natin na may ready for filing, yung kanilang complaint are yung mga ibang grupo po outside. But as far as the leadership is concerned, that is, to me, within 9 days, nung sinasabi ni SecGen,
Meron ba bang outside, inside sa inyo dyan sa House of Representatives? Si Congressman Marcoleta na lang ata outside yung mga panahon na to. Lahat kayo inside eh. Yung mga bayan black, kung kukumpas man yan at palalabasin nila na sa kanila yung galaw na yun, galaw pa rin ang House yun. Di ba nga nakipagpulong itong si Tamba dyan sa mga makabayan black na yan?
That cannot happen because it only possible if the House directly has taken action on the complaint, meaning if you have secured, I guess, a number of signatures of the House. That's the time. That's
Again, we aren't in any discussion of any specific process na or method na gagamitin because as emphasized, wala namang nagfa-file pa.
But just to answer lang po yung question, I think because it's theoretical. Yeah, there are the three modes po, no? And I think it would be correct to say that by the third mode, if you're able to secure 1/3 signatures, it would go directly. So just to answer the question, if I understood it correctly, tama po, that would be a way siguro around it's not just magic po, yung 1/3 number of signatures, that's quite a lot, it's 100 plus. So kung meron man, there should be word about it right now, and unfortunately we don't. We've always now, we're hearing about complaints from private citizens, pero that's still outside pa po. So technically speaking, nothing has started, so we can't really speak about it.
Things other than being President of the Republic of the Philippines. So kindly, would you like to comment on that?
Then why didn't she run? If she had it in the bag, she should have, dapat tumakbo siya. You know, I mean, 2025 na eh. 20, di ba? Ngayon mo pa sasabihin yan?
Hindi siya tumakbo kasi ang pangit nga naman tignan. Merong hindi siya kagaya ng mga ibang political dynasty dyan. Kagaya ng mga Zamora, ama, anak, kapatid, lahat sila nasa politika. Naging presidente na si Tatay Digong, kaya hindi kita mo naman, napakasinungaling mo naman, madam, pagka sinabi mong, itong si VP Sara, hindi siya nangunguna sa lahat ng survey noong mga panahon na yon. Ikaw, baka puro pagkain inaatupag mo noong mga panahon na yon, 2019. O kaya 2021, 2020. Sino nangunguna sa presidential survey noong mga panahon na yon? Si Bangag nagmamakaawa na maging vice president niya, itong si VP Sara. Ito talagang tabatsinsing na to.
Di sana tumakbo siya. Tsaka yung presidency, dapat para sa kanya yun. Sorry,
Edi siya dapat ang amo mo ngayon. Edi sa kanya ka dapat nagre-report ngayon. Ito talagang
kasi di ba, I mean, what was that statement for? Then she should have filed to be president, to run for president. But she
Hindi mo naiintindihan yung tanong, Pami Zamora, kung bakit napunta. Yan ang hirap sa inyo eh. Iniisa-isa nyo yung mga sinasabi nitong si Vice President Sara Duterte. No? Ang tanong doon, si Kong Hun sinasabi niya, nagmamadali siyang maging presidente, atat siyang maging presidente. Sinagot yun ni VP Sara, hindi ako atat. Kung gusto ko lang maging presidente, noong 2022, tumakbo na ako, tanga.
She didn't. She filed to run for vice president.
Would you also like to comment on this statement?
ang ganda ng sinabi niya.
Yes. I think this is particularly for the House members. Huwag nila ako i-gaslight into saying na ako ang dahilan ng kaguluhan na ito. Ang kaguluhan na ito ay nagsimula sa terrorism nila, sa harassment nila, sa threats nila sa mga personnel of the office of the Vice President. I mean, particularly about the good government.
Hindi, mga kababayan, wag ko kayong magalit ha. Yung isasagot ho nitong mga congressman na to, talagang yan, yung mga tanong na yan, sila hong nag-provide yan sa mga diyan sa mga sa mga antag dito, sa mga reporter. Ngayon, kung ano man hong lumabas sa mga bunganga nila, wag ko kayong magalit. Talagang sinasadya ho nila na galitin si BP. Kaso ang problema, pati yung mga taga-suporta ni BP, pagka napanood ho yung mga sinasabi nila, nagagalit din sila. Huwag ko kayo magalit. Anong hunang mga yan, sagot pa ho nila. Kaya hayaan nyo lang, may kaka-oras din yan. Darating yung punto na itong si Pami Zamora, mauubos lahat ng taba niya na yan.
Committee hearing po.
Si Pami, kay Pami tayo. Ako, di
To
man
put
sa
it
tawa.
quite frankly, hindi
Taba ni
naman,
Pami, no?
of Congressman Valeriano. And in the course of those hearings, ang daming lumabas. Ang daming acknowledgement receipts, ang daming lumabas na ang dami, hindi naman, 'Di ba? Kami nagpapagod kami, nagpupuyat kami para silipin yung mga dokumento na yon, para isa-isahin, and ang dami
Anak ng toka, trabaho yun ng COA, madam. Huwag kang magpiling-pilingan dyan. Hindi nyo trabaho yun, ha? In aid of legislation kayo. Ibigay nyo yung trabaho na yan, yung pagsilip doon sa mga acknowledgement receipt sa COA. Hindi nyo binobobo nyo sa bayan ng Pilipino. Kung kayo na lang bobo, kayo na lang. Huwag nyo na ho kami idamay sa mga katangahan nyo. Anak ng toka, pati ba naman yan?
naming nakikita. In fact, marami pa kaming nakita na hindi pa namin na itatanong.
Oh.
So, hindi siya terrorism on our part na we're terrorizing the OVP. Had they answered the questions from the very beginning, then sana tapos na sana yung mga hearings ngayon. Ang problema,
Alam nyo, lumakas ang loob nitong mga Zamora na to noong natalo nila noong 2019. 2019 ba? 2019 ay ang mga Estrada. Ngayon ang lalakas na loob nila. Tingnan nyo itong si Mayor Zamora diyan sa San Juan. Talagang nakikipagbalagbagan ho siya kay Senator Jinggoy. Pero tingnan natin sa mga susunod na election kung saan pupulutin itong mga Zamora na to. Pero ako gusto ko manalo yung mga Estrada diyan. Kung meron bang iba, meron bang kalaban yung mga Estrada at mga Zamora? Hindi, mga kalaban kasi yung mga Zamora, mga walang kwenta.
spent so much time not attending the hearings, and now that they are attending, di ba? So, kung sana nung umpisa pa lang pumunta na sila, then sana tapos na, nasagot na sana nila. Yun lang.
Wow.
Sumagot ka.
Taray, oh. Inutusan mo, sumagot ka. Ako na mayayari dito. Akong pagpipiestahan ng mga reaction.
Ganito kasi Maria, no? We're actually promote what we're trying to exercise here is the mandate.
Ang hirap po nung naging trabaho nyo na yung pagpapapress ko kada umaga kasi inaabangan niya ni Tamba, di ba? Kung ano yung mga sasabihin niya. Kung paano didepensahan itong mga young guns, yung mga aksyon ng House of Representatives, di ba? Ang hirap ng ganyan. Nagkaroon kayo ng walang kwentang obligasyon. Depensahan yung mga kapalpakan ni Tamba.
Is the mandate of this office, the mandate of the legislature. The only way for us to really find out is to hold these inquiries, no? And to hold anybody accountable. Yun lang man talaga yung pinaka gusto natin mangyari in aid of legislation. Tama po yung sinabi ni Kong Pami na we are not pinpoint directed to the office which he occupies right now, which the Vice President occupies right now. Hindi naman ho natin kasalanan yun, di ba? Sabi nga ni Pami Tadhana, nagkataon po nang naging Vice President siya. So number one, the issue is there. There are so many questions that up to now have not fully answered. There are so many questions and the manner by which this.
Tanong ko lang, hindi ba pwede, sir, na tapusin muna natin yung usapin sa COA. Tapos, kung ano yung mga hindi nasagot ni BP, hindi kayo naging masaya sa pagsagot ni BP sa COA, doon muna kayo magbida-bida. Papatiw na eh.
Confidential funds were spent. There are questionable ARs to a point that there was a deliberate refusal to attend to a point of sa palagay ho namin sa committee itself, it's an attempt to that can rectify these wrongs. So ganun lang po. I think we should focus on the issue and not to dwell on and to promote transparency.
Of TV5. I think the two quotes mentioned were interrelated in the sense na spring issue. She's answering the issue by bringing up politics, yung presidency. But I think what we have to note here is that this issue goes way back po, no? Before the Good Government Committee and before people were talking about dahil po ito ay in relation to the presidency, whether 2022 or 2028, we had questions na po. And this started with no other than yung sa budget hearings natin, which was the question is really how the budget was. Although it had its corresponding slash in the budget, it's not sufficient po. And kaya nga po pumasok yung good government. So, to answer the issue by saying po that this is related pa man or if it's about the future presidency, we have to set it aside because what we're talking about here is yung accountability doon sa expenditure of the confidential funds. And it just goes to show, it goes back to that po, no? We've had this question during the budget, we've had it near the committee hearings, and we will continue to have it until we consider questions during the budget. Baka tapos na po yung ating, we wouldn't have had to come to that committee hearing. So I think that's where we're coming from. This is a mandate constitution, power of the purse, together with oversight. Yun lang naman po yung inatupag po namin dito. Yan.
Anak ng
Thank you.
toka. Doon pa lang doon pa lang sa committee level nung pinag-usapan yung budget. Imagine pinag-uusapan dapat yung budget ng Office of the Vice President. Sinabi alam na kasi ni VP na gigisahin siya doon sa confidential fund ng 2023. Pero pag-uusapan yung 2025 budget. Kaya sinabi niya, ito na yung mga proyekto namin. Kayo nang bahala kung anong gusto niyo mangyari diyan. Anong ginawa nitong mga congressman na to? Nag-insist pa rin sila dahil hindi nila napiga itong si VP Sara doon sa yun sa Committee on Appropriation, kung saan talaga nakita natin itong si Kimbo na hindi nakaporma kay VP. Ang ginawa nila para talagang mapiga nila itong si VP, nag-set sila ng hearing dyan sa good government. Ganun kawalang yaya yung mga congressman na yan. Hindi sila titigil.
Kasi wala pa po sa calendar natin any good government or quad committee hearing. May effect po ba yung impact?
Ang dating parang nagpapatagisan sila di ba sa Quadcom, napapunta namin si Digong dito sa House of Representatives, sa Committee on Good Government, wala, hindi kayo hindi kayo diyan, walang sinabi yung hearing na yan, di ba? Ang ginawa nila, kinontempt nila itong si Attorney Zulaika, yun, nagkaroon ng pagkilo sa EDSA, ayun. Urong betlog ni Marcos.
I mean, yung message ni PBBM with that, may ceasefire ba?
Yung sa good government, we were supposed to meet Friday. I remember, ako yun, I actually called the chairman na nabanggit nga ng ating vice president na she was going to skip the NBI, yung patawag ng NBI, dahil kailangan niyang pumunta sa hearing. Actually, dapat nung Friday nag-hearing tayo. And then, for sure naman, within the day or tomorrow, maglalabas kami ng schedule.
Kasi in the first place, we're not in war with anybody. We're not doing this against anybody. We're actually doing...
Wala daw sila sa gera sa kung kanino man Pero yung si Atty. Zulaika Lopez na contempt lang, gusto nilang ilipat sa women's correction. Wala pa sila sa gera sa lagay na yan Paano na lang pagka nasa gera na sila? Di ba napakawalang yaho nila? Ibang klase talaga.
Doing our job. There's a question of accountability. There's the issue on upholding transparency in government affairs. Ito po ay mandato ng legislatura. Ito po ay binigay ng Constitution na dapat, hindi lang mandato, it's an obligation and responsibility. So I don't see why some people look at this as something na giyera. So to me, hindi ho ceasefire. We just do our job. We'll continue to do our job. And wala po kaming ginigera sino man o kanino man.
Well, again, in addition to that lang po siguro, Marian, binanggit po earlier, it's related to an earlier question. And I think regardless po of ceasefire na sinasabi kung meron man, it's really a matter of consideration for the committee na baka po yung resource persons are still gathering, availability of the congressmen. We've seen as early as Friday last week, as according to Congresswoman Zamora, we were supposed to have a hearing. So tuloy-tuloy naman po talaga. It's just these considerations. But just parang sinasabi, it's an intentional move to cause harm of sorts in parang gera. Like have always been calling, we've always been saying earlier, let's set aside politics po. We're just doing our job here. We're talking about transparency and accountability. So doon lang naman po yung issue natin. Whether or not the scheduling has a problem, I think that's separate naman po. But I do believe from our understanding, tuloy pa rin po yung Quadcom and good government.
Tuloy nyo lang. Huwag yung titigilan.
Okay na?
Good job yan, good job. Ayos yan, ayos.
Thank you, Marian.
Thank you. Meron
Okay,
Morales
Uyan.
from PTV po.
Okay na okay.
Speaking of
Speaking of good government hearing lang po, can I just ask yung ano po yung naging basis dun sa pag-release ng release order kay Attorney Zulaika Lopez and moving forward? Nung weekend, nung Sabado po kasi nag-release na yung House Committee on Good Government ng release order kay Attorney Zulaika Lopez. Paano po tayo nagang po natin dun sa order? And moving forward, yun po, nag-commit po ba si Attorney Zulaika sa committee na haharap pa rin siya sa mga susunod na pagdinig?
Ang alam ko kasi yung maximum na penalty for the contempt is actually 5 days. No, it was extended for 5 days. And number 2, the consideration also is that yung medical condition ni Attorney Zulaika, she was admitted at the Veterans Medical Center, and prior to her yung pag-discharge sa kanya, I think Secretary General Osaa communicated with the doctor, the physician attending Attorney Zulaika, and the decision of the committee was to release her based on the number of days that she was cited under contempt, no, for a detention. So yun po yung naging consideration. Remember, yung detention niya she was supposed to be transferred to correctional, but due to medical issues, the committee decided to allow her to be admitted at the Veterans Medical Center. But sinabi naman po niya, I guess yung sa sulat niya, sinabi niya she will cooperate should the committee continue on hearing the case of the OVP, DepEd. OVP ba? And DepEd confidential funds. Nag-assure naman siya na she'll be attending the next committee hearings.
Opo. So next hearing, Kong Zia, expected natin na harap si Attorney Zulaika Lopez as well as yung 4 na naka-firm.
Yes, if there's no medical problem or immediate medical attention that she might need, I guess there's no reason for her not to attend.
Sorry, baka lang po may info din kayo. Si Mark Taguba po ay pinayagan na ng Bureau of Corrections na manatili nga dito sa House. Ano po yung magiging process doon if we have info? Hanggang kailan po kaya dito siya dito mag-stay? And ano po ba
Kinuha ko nila yung convicted, yung si Mark Taguba. Para saan? Talagang mapin down yung Davao Group?
yung process pagka convicted yung nasa mas mahigpit po ba yung security? Kung meron lang po tayong info about it.
Merong request for transfer. Yeah. Yes. Si Mark Taguba kasi during our last hearing, ito si George can also say something about the request. Si Mark Taguba kasi he's been receiving death threats, no? So he requested committee hearing that it would be, I guess, safer kasi yung pag-transport.
Ang napaka-convenient kong gamitin nung salitang may death threat ako. Lipat nyo ako dyan sa house. Yung mga security dyan sa House of Representative ang magbantay sa akin. Kung yung mga Duterte na lang yan ang tatrabahuhin nila, yung si Taguba. Naku, hindi pag-aaksaya ng panahon yan. Ang tagal na sa kulungan yan kung talagang merong nalalaman yan o talagang merong kabalintunan itong mga Duterte na alam nitong si Taguba. Matagal nang pumlakdayan at di ko tayo naniniwala na merong kalokohan yang si Congressman Pulong. Yung mga aligasyon na yon panahon pa ho nung nagdaang administrasyon. Si Trillanes din ho ang nagpalutang ng mga ganong klaseng aligasyon sa mga Duterte. Kaya pagka pinaniwalaan nyo yun, hindi mas masahol pa kayo kay Trillanes.
Kasi ng mga resource persons requested, and then pumayag naman po sila kasi it also happened to other resource persons. So it would be more convenient and easier for us to request these resource persons anytime that should their attendance or their presence are needed, no? In the Quadcom. So yun lang po yung naging nag-request.
Hearing po yung
Alam ko until such time that the committee will file its committee report, determination of the Quadcom, and that's the time that Mark Taguba will also have to return back to where he is imprisoned. No?
Ayun na nga mga kababayan, dito na natatapusin ang ating reaction video. Kung mabuho kayo sa bahagi ng video natin na to, maraming salamat ho sa pag-support sa PH Update. Click lang ho yung like, subscribe, at i-share nyo na rin ho yung video. Maraming salamat ho mga kababayan. Mag-ingat ho kayo lahat. Mahal natin Pilipinas.